G22 Babalik. Somebody sent me this link. I've never heard of them, but they're a new girl group, I would assume, from the Philippines. Don't know what to expect, so let's get to it. Start. Ballad. Okay.
Balik tayo kung saan sana pwedeng pagbigyan. Baka may ibang daan pwede nating balikan. Diba sabi mo nun sa'kin na ako yung panalangin? Baka sakaling pwede pa iyong pilitin. Okay, dami-rami ng
I didn't expect that, but I like it so far. And it's a great melody. I think this is going to be. I could only. I can only. I already know that this is going to be my last song syndrome for the rest of the day. So it's a great melody. It's one of the most unique melodies I've ever heard. And there's something really great about how the cinematography works, the direction, and the girl's ability to communicate the emotions through their lyrics. Because there is barely any kind of movement. They're almost always sort of statue, like a statue in almost every scene, except for their face, their mouth. Nothing really moves. But even then, I could feel the intensity of the emotions that they have inside. So this is them sort of begging for somebody to give them another chance, to give it another chance. What that it may be, I don't know, but they're asking for somebody to give it another chance. So they're so controlled in their emotions. There barely any kind of movement in every scene. Everything is moving so slow, but I could feel, and this is a credit to the way that they're acting, the credit their to their ability to express and communicate their emotions through their words and through their eyes. But I could feel the intensity of the music, the emotions that they have inside. It feels like they're begging. Excuse me. It feels like they're begging. They're almost on their knees. They're in the verge of um, an emotional ruin. They're on the verge of just hitting rock bottom. That's how I feel it. And as I've said, it's all them. It's all there, because there's really nothing that you can see in here, but their faces and hear their words. So it's really all on them. Okay, but good, great so far.
tumatang sa aking isip. Pero ba't nandyan ka pa? Pag-usapan natin muna, hindi pwedeng ako lang nag-iisip sa'yo ang daya. Alam mo ba kung pwede lang itong mapigilan? Ayoko naman na parang ako yung iniiwasan. Di ba sabi mo nun sa'kin
The
na
eyes.
ako yung panalangin? Baka sakaling pwede pa iyon pilitin. Kung kay dami-rami ng mga hadlang sa aking isip. Pero ba't nandyan
Nice.
ka
That's
pa?
nice. That transition is nice. That effect.
Pero
That
ba't nandyan ka pa?
they're nice. Um, so I think by making everything so monochromatic in the visually is very consistent with the melody, which is almost monotone, and also very consistent with the emotion, which is almost, it's the emotions of the song feels like it's being held down, like the intensity is being held down. So everything is working together, and it's all adding up to this emotions inside of me that's trying to come out but wouldn't. So it's magnifying the emotions that is being communicated by the melody, because everything is coming together. The colors of the production design is monochromatic. The movement of the camera is almost just one type. It's just the camera locked, and then sometimes it would zoom in, and then the movement of the choreography of the girls is just almost static. They're not moving. So the frame starts with them in place, and that's where they end. But this particular effect that they used here, um, is intelligent, because now there's this sudden there's sudden flick of emotion, um, the sudden rush that we all feel, when you're deep in misery and sadness. It comes in waves sometimes. So it's the intensity comes in waves. Sometimes for most of the time you're almost able to hold it down, but then there are moments when it just would spill over, and it's not always visible. The spillover isn't almost visible. Sometimes it's just in you. It's just a rush of emotion. Something happens, and there's a rush of emotion that reminds you of that event that made you sad or whatever. So that's, I think, this is an intelligent use of effect in an otherwise monochromatic, simple, locked frame kind of music video. That, but also it's really in their eyes. That fade of blue to brown is so beautiful. That blue to brown is so beautiful. Even their movement is so controlled. See how it's almost, they're just in place, but there's little flick in their movement, the sudden rush of emotion, the little flick in the movement, and then they will go back to controlling the emotions inside of them. The melody and the sound is very reminiscent of old OPM ballads. It's those, many of the new songs nowadays have the tendency to do vocal acrobatics. They're not doing that, which is again another good point in the song, in the entire music video. They're not trying to display how powerful their voices are. They're trying to communicate an emotion, like it. So many, as I've said, usually right now, a lot of the ballads would usually go through vocal gymnastics, is what I would call it. Um, but even the high note, when she sustained it, it wasn't really because she was trying to display just how high her voice, just how high of a note she can reach, but because she was just trying to add a layer into that emotion. So that lingering note, when she held the note, it was because it communicated the lingering effect of pain, not because she was trying to do vocal aerobics. So good. Um, and then the whole feel of it is very much old OPM, where it's really centered on the emotions rather than the vocal acrobatics. Okay, let's go back here. Maybe I can explain it to you better. The wave-like movement of voices, that's very Filipino here. Yeah, um, those that are doing vocal aerobics, like doing sharp turns in when they do high notes, they like doing sharp turns. Filipino OPM is really known for waves. So just like what she did when she was sustaining that note, she was doing waves rather than sharp turns. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I really like it, actually. I'm enjoying the song. I'm enjoying the song. I'm enjoying their voices. Oh, good. So I think this is again how you really capitalize on a music video in order to enhance the meaning of a song. So just as when they were starting to ask, why would I come back to you? Then they show each of the members from black and white going into colored. So them getting enlightened because they're trying to, in the beginning, they were trying to beg the other person to give this another try, whatever that this may be. But now they're trying to question themselves. Wait a minute. So they're starting to discover themselves. So from a monochromatic, colorless life, colorless emotion, they're starting to get enlightened. And even their faces is coming. So initially it was just sadness in their face, but in this sequence, when they start turning colored, you can actually see a change in their eyes. It's more like they're still sad, but it's more a little bittersweet because they are starting to get enlightened. See, from sadness to getting okay, you know, good. So this is really how you maximize a music video. You add the whatever you can get from a music video, you add to the meaning of the song.
Ako'y nalilito. Bakit babalik ako, babalik sa'yo. Babalik sa'yo. Babalik.
Nice. I like the song. I like the song. I like the melody. I like the lyrics. I like the music video. I like their voices, and I like how they really were able to maximize. They were able to use music videos, the visual medium, to add layer into the song rather than creating a new one or just creating a bunch of beautiful graphics. Here, they were really able to tell a story, and considering that the story they told, considering that the production value was really not production value, but the production itself, the production elements that they used in here, it was really stripped down. Great. It's just, I guess it's a proof on just how little creativity can actually really go a long way. So thank you for sending this.